So first off, why don't you introduce yourself? Because I think you're a little bit new to the community.
So I'm Matt Humpal. I'm a new physician here, a family physician, and I've been here for about the past 3 weeks.
All right. Well, as I said, we're here talking about the flu shot and pneumonia shot. It's kind of the time of year where we see lots of stuff. There's signs around town, different places you go. You can get the flu shot here or there. But first of all, who should get the flu shot?
So really, flu shot is for pretty much everybody. You have to be greater than 6 months old to receive your first flu shot, and then really it's all the way up until the elderly. There's no real upper limit age group that does not get the flu shot. So really everybody greater than 6 months old.
Okay. And why are some reasons someone should think about considering getting the flu shot?
Well, because I think a lot of people maybe downplay just how bad the flu can be. The flu can really be a bad virus to get, and if you do have, especially people that have pre-existing medical conditions, or can really have a bad time with the flu. And so the flu shot is not perfect. Every year there is kind of a different flu out there, and so every year they do their best to get the best flu shot there is, but it usually offers at least some degree of protection.
All right. And so when is the best time to get a flu shot?
So really the best time to get a flu shot is when they come out. So really getting a flu shot before kind of flu starts to become a bigger thing in the community really is the best time to do it. Once you do get the flu shot, it does take a little while for you to build up your immunity. And so you don't want to get it if you're going to be exposed to it, within the next hours or days. You really want to get it before flu becomes rampant.
Okay. And then how many times do you need to get it during the flu season? I know I've heard some things that a shot may last the whole time, or sometimes it might only last a few months.
So, a 6-month-old will get two flu shots because they do a half dose, and those are separated by about a month. But other than that, it's really only one flu shot per season.
Now, I know last times people might hear some myths, so to speak, out there about flu shots. And what can you do to address some of those?
So I think the biggest myth out there is that the flu shot can cause the flu. The flu shot, the flu immunization is a killed virus, and so it cannot cause the flu. With that being said, it's still meant to cause an immune response. So there are some people that can feel some flu-like symptoms for 1 or 2 days afterwards. I used to be like that when I got flu shots in college or early in medical school. For some reason, I don't really get those symptoms anymore. But when people say the flu shot caused me to get the flu last year, that's usually what they mean is they'll get some body aches, maybe some chills, and kind of some fatigue maybe for 1 or 2 days. But it's certainly not like the flu. The flu can give you those same symptoms plus high fever, cough, and those can last for 1 to 2 weeks. And so if you are one of those people that does get a few of the flu symptoms from the influenza vaccination, in my opinion, it still beats the full-blown flu.
Okay. And then does the flu shot, if you do end up getting the flu or a strain of the flu, does it kind of help alleviate some of those symptoms when you get it?
Yeah, typically people that get flu vaccinations, if they do end up getting influenza, which they certainly can, it's not a perfect vaccination. Their symptoms are usually lighter than people that have not had the influenza vaccination. Lastly, I think maybe one other myth out there is that pregnant women shouldn't get it, and actually pregnant women are in the group that really should get it. Again, being a killed virus, the influenza vaccination can't cause the flu, but pregnant women are at increased risk for getting the flu and for having worse symptoms with it.
Okay. Now let's switch over and talk about pneumonia. It's kind of the time of year where we see some advertising out there and promoting getting the pneumonia shot as well. So who should get the pneumonia shot?
So, pneumonia vaccination is actually part of the standard childhood vaccinations now. And then after age 18, the age group 18 to 64-year-old, if you have certain other medical conditions like heart failure or diabetes, or you're a smoker, they recommend getting one pneumonia vaccination from age 18 to 64. There's a few people out there that have some more severe medical conditions that they actually recommend getting two. That would be something to talk about with your physician. And then after age 65, they do recommend two pneumonia vaccinations, and those are typically separated by a minimum of 6 months.
So why should someone get the pneumonia shot?
So the pneumonia vaccination is a very safe vaccination. While pneumonia can be a very scary disease that can definitely put you in the hospital, and really anything you can do to decrease your chances of getting pneumonia, especially with certain medical conditions like smoking, is definitely worth it.
All right. So if someone is just hearing some of these insights for the first time, maybe hasn't gotten some of these vaccines, how can they go about getting those?
So the simplest way is just to talk with your physician. You can set up an appointment, and your physician can kind of go over more of the ins and outs of the vaccination, whether or not you are a candidate for one or for two or for which one. And they can also address any sort of questions you have about even the flu vaccination too. So,
All right. Well, thanks for visiting with us today.
thank you.